Hey, hi, how are you? I will never get over how great this is. I will never get over how much I love this. My name is Carrington. If you don't know me, now you know me, and you're so much better for it. Peep the footwear. Peep the footwear. Do you see? This is Nike's new line of tee. You know how the FIFA girls right now have been using or wearing pink footwear? This is the at-home line. So go ahead and get you one of these. I'm super excited about today's video. The couch is open, and we're about to be getting into nostalgia down. If you know me in real life, you know that I am such a nostalgia fiend. Like, I love old TV shows, music, movies, all of the things. So we're gonna be ranking all of the nostalgic TV shows, and I have a little tier list. So we're gonna be going down and just seeing which ones were the gag for real. Because I don't even know what the little kids now watch. What do they watch for real? And is it good? Probably not. We don't even have Disney Channel no more. Disney Channel is done for. So what do the kids watch? They are asleep. They've been asleep. They've been comatose. And I'm about to put you on game for real. This is ball. This is ball for real. I was playing with the big boys. I think I need to record my screen. How do we do that? I'm still new. So we have categories on the side. So the first one over here is nudges the hippocampus. That basically means that the show, like, I remember it, like memories are triggered when I see things regarding it, but it wasn't necessarily something that I was watching. It just reminds me of the time that it was on, you know? So that's the first little category. So remember it, but wasn't really on it. Knew it and ignored it. That's the stuff that just wasn't given, or I just didn't watch it. So I knew about it. I knew it was on somebody's channel, but I skipped it. Moving on. I'll stay for the theme song. Now this is getting into the vibe of like, okay, so I may have tuned in, but I wasn't there for real. The theme song gave, but the show and the plot didn't hold me. That's that category. Now, this is when we start getting into the gig. Last channel button during the commercials. For all of the channel surfers back in the day, you knew that the remote had that last channel button, so whatever channel you were really on, really watching, you could then go to the previous channel, which probably was something else that was like mid, so that when the commercials was on for your show, you could last channel button and watch something in the meantime. You had to channel surf for real. The girls know that every channel was stacked, and they stacked the shows during the same time block, which was foul. So normally you had to be like, you had to go to that guide, you had to go to that good old guide and was like, okay, which one is at this time, this one is at this time, I could watch this during the commercial break. That's that category. Okay, next one is I'm tuned in. I'm tuned in was like, I'm actually watching the show. I'm sat, it's good, I can get with it. Now, instant transmission once the bell rang. Instant transmission once the bell rang. It should give. The girls who know Dragon Ball Z know that the teleporting was instant transmission. So as soon as the school let out, I'm on my couch for this show, for whatever this tea is, because it's giving, because I need to be there as soon as it gets on. Anyway, now the next category, and this is where the big guns really start big gunning. My future children will know every plot line. This is a staple. This is like, my children will not watch a lick of whatever they think is tea. This is tea. And they need to get on game. This is that type of show. This is the show that like brought me up, most likely raised me, and will now raise my future kids. That's that category. And now we get to the real business. We get to the suits in the finance department. Women in STEM rise up. This is that category. Met God and ascended to the astral plane. This show is God tier. This show will never be touched. There is not a show currently, or if there is a show currently, you have to work to get to this category, because this is not touchable. This is a flawless show running. The series 8 down. Very few are in this category, and you will see why once we get into the gig. Okay. First show on the docket is gas. Legend of Korra. It's already in Met God and ascended to the astral plane. I don't give a damn. This show, and to all the haters out there, meet me at 3 o'clock in front of your house for real. Because you don't know ball. You don't know ball, and I'm gonna show you what ball looks like for real. This show, I don't care. The entire just Avatar series is God tier, including this one. And I think this show needs to be a video all in itself, because I have so many thoughts, and I feel like people sleep on this show unnecessarily, and they compare it to the previous T because that's all that they know, or that's all they wanna know. This show right here, Korra, Miss Girl, was everything. And I just don't think that y'all understand a flawed, complicated character. I think that's what the tea is. I think y'all don't understand that she is not like Aang, and that the previous avatars are usually the exact opposite of whoever came before them. She was the exact opposite of Aang, and we saw such a beautiful spiritual transformation of how she became who she was in the beginning to how she became more similar to Aang at the end. I just don't think that y'all like character evolution. And I think that it's honestly sick because y'all like Zuko's character evolution, but you don't like Korra's. And it really gives that that y'all just don't like women. It gives misogyny. But that is met God and ascended to the astral plane. I don't care. Y'all can argue with anybody else, not me, because I don't care. Truly don't. The next show, ooh, not the replacement. Girl, where is that gonna go? Oh my God, that was the tea. Okay, but that's also a show that like kind of nudges the hippocampus. Like I know that I watched it, but it wasn't as like fully as other shows. I think that it could either go in last channel button during the commercials or I'm tuned in, because I remember it, but it isn't hitting the same level as the other gags in this lineup. I'm gonna put it in I'm tuned in, and maybe I'll move it. I think I was tuned in for real. Fish hooks. Hated it actually. Knew it and ignored it immediately. Y'all can be mad and stay mad. I actually don't care. I did not like that show, and I don't know what it was. It was like you shredded some cheese on a show, and I hated it. I did not like it. Moving on. Oh my God, Puka. That's nuts. That's wild. That's crazy. I think that nudges the hippocampus, because I truly couldn't tell you what the plot of that story was, other than the fact that she was chasing little man in the back. Do you see the little man in the back? I remember the little sequence where she was just running. I think it needs to go into nudges the hippocampus for real, because it triggers a memory or a few, but it doesn't like give the gag. Next show, what is this? Oh my God, Life as a Teenage Robot. Now, let me be clear. I watched the show, but the plot lost. I couldn't tell you what the hell she was doing other than going to high school, if that. I think that this show is gonna have to go I'll stay for the theme song, or maybe even last button during the commercials. I think it's a I'll stay for the theme song, and to be honest, couldn't tell you what the theme song was, and I normally know a theme song. Don't know that one. Couldn't tell you. Yin Yang, yo, y'all hoes is sleep. When I tell you, I was playing with the big boys. I need a big boy. Give me a big boy. She gave. I don't think y'all understood that Michael Jordan was afraid of me on the court. Okay. He was scared of my presence on the court. I was in there for real. I don't think y'all understand what that was. That was actual tea. I don't think it was a show that was really popular to the extent in which I'm hyping it up. Let me put you on. Them two rabbits, they was fighting for real. One of them knew magic, the other one knew sword. They took evil down every second of the day. They was not to be messed with. They was not to be arsed. I'm gonna have to put that in I'm tuned in. That was a gag for real. That was a gag. There was a and Elaslo was his name. Oh, L-A-Z-L-O, L-A-Z-L-O, L-A-Z-L-O. And Elaslo was his name. What do the kids have today? They don't have nothing. Kids now don't have this, and it's actually sad. It's actually sick. I think this show was also I'm tuned in, to be honest. I could have instant transmission once the bell rang, but I think it was still I'm tuned in. It gave, but it wasn't. We're gonna get to the other gags, the other Kantianas. Here is one right now. Wow. Talk you in the face, rock'em sock'em robots. This was the show. Zach and Cody and Zach. Max and Ruby, do. Ruby and Max. Instant transmission once the bell rang. That was gag. That was when Disney knew the formula and was cranking it out. They knew what they was doing with this show. That was everything. These were the girls that were like on the commercials. They were doing the Disney one for real. I think Miss London Tipton was on Pass the Plate. Do y'all remember Pass the Plate? I don't think that y'all was eating what they passed to you on the plate. I don't think y'all know ball for real. And I'm going to put you on, I'm gonna show you how the rules of the game work. And this is one of them. That was instant transmission once the bell rang. Okay. I gagged myself. Oh my God. You're trying to tell me that y'all don't know Kick Butt Towski. Oh, that thick man, that thicker than a Snicker ass man, the little boy with the cake. He was caked up for no reason. That man ate instant transmission. I don't care. Instant transmission once the bell rang. That was gag. I feel like that show is such a fever dream in a lot of ways, because I just remember being sat on the couch being like, yes. Him and Gunter. I think his friend's name was Gunter. It gave the same vibe as Diary of a Wimpy Kid if Greg was T. He was the stunt double. His brother can go to hell. We had such a lineup of gag. We understood how to slay because of the shows back in our day. I don't think y'all went to concert. I did. And these was the lineup. Listen and you'll be smart. Ed, and Mother Truckin' Eddie. That was, yep, right. Cartoon Network, which then turned into Adult Swim, but y'all don't know about that either. Cartoon Network came out, cranked out the hits on a regular. They knew every formula. And then Boomerang, we ain't even touched that yet. We gonna get there. They used to make shows for kids that also could like be watched by the adults. Your parent could sit right next to you on the couch and still get their life, because the show had little hidden adult jokes that weren't too crazy, but that would get the girls who knew the timing for real, that were on game. Ed, Edd n Eddy was funny. Adventure Time, come on, grab you and your friends. See, now, I would have loved this show if I was able to watch it, if my siblings didn't mess up the program. And I'm gonna have to put it on I'll Stay for the theme song, because my mom did not allow us to watch that after a while because my siblings would repeat. This is why you don't watch certain things with your siblings. And then we had repercussions. We had to get that taken off the lineup. And I'm actually so upset about it because it gave. This is Disney Junior for real. That's Miss Sunnyside and her babies. I think I'm gonna put it in I'm Tuned In for sure, because I know that I was tuned in. I was tuned into them dragonflies and them spiders and shit. Hannah Montana. Yeah. Oh. Gag. She was Slaytown Boots. Now, I'm not as much of a Hannah Montana fan as the girls of my group. I did in fact watch it, but I couldn't really tell you a plot line. I was definitely tuned in, but at the same time, I think that's not true. But I don't want to say last channel button during the commercials. I think I might have to. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm gonna get hate. Anyway, Ant Farm. Now, China and McClain, you and your sisters, I'm gonna need to speak with y'all. I think this is the time where people were trying to tune out of Disney because they were saying that it was getting corny. Was this show most likely cornball? Yes. Did I watch it because she was dynamite? Yes, I did. And I was tuned in. I don't care. She was like, and Raven Simone will always be at the top. That will always be the queen mother. I think China Ann McClain needs to get her dues because she was a mother of her time. Like, she really did do the thing right, and she did it with her sisters, the McClain sisters. I'm on your side. Let's take this. Y'all don't know the Great Divide. Y'all don't know nothing about the Great Divide. Ant Farm was gag for a while, and like calling all the monsters. Let's talk about that actually. Ooh! O'Reilly! Auto parts, come on! X-Men Evolution? One thing about me, I was raised by my uncle and aunt who were 90s kids down. They were the genesis of my nerdum. This is one of the things that we nerded about. X-Men Evolution is my future children would know every plot line. That show, that was the show. The theme song alone should have sent y'all to the moon. X-Men Evolution was everything. It was just 4 straight seasons of bow, of banger, 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 banger. This show was everything. And I am telling you that my knowledge on ball supersedes all of y'all. Because whoever wasn't on game when this was on, y'all don't know for real. Y'all don't understand. So good. And there's so many more. And I'm gonna make this a series. I don't care. If y'all want it, I didn't ask you because I'm gonna do it anyway. That's gonna be a long file to edit. Please pray for me in the editing bay. Cause anyway, I really loved that. That just made me so happy. That just made my entire day. I hope it made yours. This is why I love nostalgia. This is why I loved TV back in the time that it was a banger. Everything was so creative. The stories that they were weaving for children, like they really understood that children can understand like more denser plot lines with the shows that were out at that time. I can't say that for the girls now. I don't know what they watching other than Bluey. I really hope that you guys like this video. I was so excited to make it. And this is gonna definitely be a series. And just so you know, I'm sure you'll like understand later. I'm posting definitely on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And I think my first video, my Wednesday video is gonna be like a Wednesday wisdom type of situation. And then Saturday is the gag. Saturday is the you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on. That's the video. I'm just so happy. The rest of my day will be so amazing now that I did all of that. I hope your day will be as amazing as mine will be. Please let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. Please subscribe if you like what you see, because you know I am. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Thank you and good night. Bye.